Chosen one, if you're reading these words right now, know that it's not by chance. The universe has conspired for this message to reach you at this exact moment. There's a divine force working in your favor, and what I'm about to reveal will completely change your life. The celestial decree has already been signed with your name. Yes, you read that correctly. Even before you opened this message, heaven had already determined your success. Scarcity, struggle, and limitations have come to an end in your life. From today, a new reality begins to manifest. But you need to stay until the end. This is not an ordinary message. Every word here was divinely inspired to break the chains that have limited your life. The transformation is already happening as you read these lines. Before we continue with this powerful revelation, I ask you to do 3 simple things. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below with the word decree. This word has special power, and by writing it, you'll be declaring that you're ready to receive what has been decreed for your life. Be prepared. What comes next will change everything. Abundance, prosperity, and success are no longer distant dreams. They are your new reality. Chosen one, open your heart to this transformative truth. Heaven has already signed your decree of victory. Even before the sun rose today, before you opened your eyes, a divine order was issued with your name. This isn't a vague promise or a distant hope. It's a celestial decree established with supreme authority. The success that awaits you wasn't planned in earthly offices or human strategy meetings. It was architected in the celestial courts, where every detail of your victory was meticulously designed. You need to understand the magnitude of this revelation. When a celestial decree is signed, nothing in the natural world can prevent its manifestation. It's like a cascade of blessings that breaks through all barriers and flows directly into your life. Think about the dreams that seemed impossible, the doors that seemed eternally closed. Now imagine them opening simultaneously, one after another. This is the power of a divine decree. It knows no impossibilities, doesn't bow to adverse circumstances. From this moment, you need to start seeing your life through the lens of this decree. Your mind may still be trapped in the limitations of the past, but your spiritual reality has already been transformed. You've already been declared victorious in the celestial courts. Each morning when you wake up, declare this truth. My victory has already been confirmed. Heaven has already signed my decree of success. These words have the power to align your visible reality with what has already been established in the spiritual realm. The signs will begin to appear. Perhaps an unexpected opportunity, a life-changing phone call, a solution that emerges from nowhere. Don't doubt when this happens. It's not coincidence, not luck. It's the celestial decree manifesting in your life. The areas where you've struggled the most are exactly the areas where the manifestation will be most powerful. Where there was scarcity, abundance will overflow. Where there was illness, health will be established. Where there was confusion, divine clarity will illuminate your path. Your critics and those who doubted you will fall silent, watching in amazement as your life transforms before their eyes. You won't need to defend yourself or prove anything. The celestial decree will speak for itself with results that no one can deny. This is a time of preparation. Victory is already confirmed, but you need to be ready to receive it. Your heart needs to be open, your faith unwavering, your gratitude overflowing. When the manifestation comes, and it will come, you'll be prepared to manage the blessings that will flow into your life. The confirmation of your victory doesn't depend on your merits or your perfection. It was decreed because you were chosen, because there's a greater purpose for your life. This purpose now unfolds before you, revealing a path of abundance and fulfillment. The time of waiting is over. The time of doubt has come to an end. The hour of manifestation has arrived, and you'll see with your own eyes the fulfillment of this celestial decree. Your victory isn't in the distant future. It has already been signed, sealed, and is manifesting right now in your life. The time has come to understand the irresistible power of a divine decree. When God decrees, no force in the universe can oppose it. The entire world bows, nature adjusts, circumstances reorganize to fulfill what has been determined from above. Perhaps you've tried to advance by your own strength and encountered resistance. Maybe you've knocked on doors that remained closed, faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable, but now everything has changed. A celestial decree has been issued with your name, and before this decree, all resistance dissolves. The people who doubted, who said you would never succeed, who tried to limit your potential, they're all about to witness the power of a divine decree in action, not by your human ability, but by the supernatural authority that now operates in your life. When God decrees, the necessary resources appear from unexpected places. The money you need, the right connections, the perfect opportunities, all of this begins to flow to you like a river that cannot be contained. It's the world obeying the celestial decree over your life. Remember the stories of great leaders and visionaries. Many of them faced fierce opposition, merciless criticism, seemingly insurmountable obstacles. But those who operated under a divine decree saw the world bow before the vision they carried. The same is happening with you now. The physics of ordinary life doesn't apply to someone walking under a celestial decree. Where others see impossibilities, you'll see doors opening. Where others find limitations, you'll discover paths of expansion. This isn't empty optimism. It's the reality of someone positioned by a divine decree. Your past struggles don't determine your future victories. Statistics, probabilities, negative prognoses. None of this has power before a celestial decree. When God says yes, there's no one who can say no. This is the authority under which you now walk. Begin to observe how seemingly impossible situations start to resolve before your eyes. Projects that were stagnant begin to advance. Relationships that seemed irreparable begin to restore. Dreams that seemed dead begin to come alive again. This is the decree in action. You don't need to struggle to force these changes. You don't need to manipulate, pressure, or exhaust yourself trying to make things happen. Your part is to believe in the decree, declare the decree, live aligned with the decree. The rest, the visible manifestation, is a natural consequence of the celestial authority that sustains your life. Even your enemies will become instruments for the fulfillment of your divine purpose. The people who tried to bring you down will become steps for your elevation. The obstacles that seemed to block you will transform into platforms for your launch. Because when God decrees, even opposition becomes collaboration. This isn't a message of domination over others, but of liberation from the limitations that have restricted your life. The celestial decree frees you to live in fullness, to manifest your highest potential, to be a channel of blessings for many around you. From today, declare with confidence, when God decrees, the world obeys. My life is under a celestial decree, and nothing can prevent my victory. This declaration, aligned with spiritual truth, has the power to transform your physical reality. The world has already begun to adjust to the decree over your life. Chosen one, it's time to awaken to this powerful truth. What God has guaranteed for you, no one can prevent. No force on earth or beyond has the authority to cancel what has been decreed in heaven. Your blessing is irreversible, your success is inevitable, your transformation is guaranteed. Perhaps you've lived under the weight of others' envy, feeling how malicious looks and unkind words seem to drain your energy and block your progress. Other people have tried to define you, limit you, label you. But know that these voices lose all power before the celestial decree over your life. From now on, contrary words fall to the ground. It doesn't matter who speaks. What matters is who decreed. And when the decree comes from above, it carries an authority that silences all voices of opposition. Envy may try, but it won't be able to touch what has been guaranteed for you. Many have experienced delays, as if an invisible force was always postponing their blessings, always pushing to the future what should be happening in the present. But the celestial decree breaks the energy of delay. What is guaranteed for you will no longer be postponed, no longer be delayed. Observe how things begin to accelerate in your life. Projects that would take years complete in months. Processes that are normally time-consuming happen with surprising speed. This is the mark of a life operating under a divine decree, the supernatural acceleration that surpasses all human timelines. You may have faced betrayals, disappointments, people who promised to stand by your side but disappeared in critical moments. This pain is real, but it doesn't have the power to cancel what has been guaranteed for you. In fact, these experiences have only prepared the ground for you to receive something much greater. The irreversible blessing that now flows into your life doesn't depend on human connections, isn't conditioned by others' approval, doesn't require everyone to believe in you. It depends solely on the divine decree that was pronounced over you, and this decree remains valid regardless of who supports or who opposes. Begin to walk with a new confidence, not the arrogance that seeks to impress others, but the quiet certainty of someone who knows they walk under an irrevocable decree. This spiritual posture creates a force field around you that not even your greatest opponents will be able to penetrate. When obstacles arise, and they will come to test your confidence in the decree, don't retreat, don't despair, don't doubt. Look at them as opportunities to witness the power of the celestial decree in action. What seems like an insurmountable blockage will transform into a powerful testimony of your guaranteed victory. The forces of delay, limitation, and scarcity have lost jurisdiction over your life. You now operate under a new authority, governed by higher laws that transcend the restrictions of the natural world. What is guaranteed for you will flow into your life with a naturalness that will leave many perplexed. The attempt to prevent your progress will only reveal the strength of the decree that sustains your life. Like a dam trying to contain the ocean, those who oppose your divine purpose will only demonstrate the irresistible power of the blessing that was decreed for you. Declare this truth daily. What is guaranteed for me is irreversible. Nothing and no one can prevent the celestial decree over my life. With this declaration, you strengthen your connection to the source of your blessing and accelerate the visible manifestation of what has already been established in the spiritual world. Prepare yourself for a transformative revelation. The success that comes from the celestial decree is not like the success of the world. It doesn't bring that devouring anxiety, doesn't come accompanied by sleepless nights, doesn't exact the price of your inner peace. This is a different success. It comes with peace. Many pursue success like desperate hunters, sacrificing health, relationships, and tranquility on the altar of achievements. But the success guaranteed by the divine decree over your life operates under different principles. It manifests without weighing on your shoulders, without consuming your vital energy. The peace that accompanies this celestial success is like a constant river, flowing through the circumstances of your life, regardless of external challenges. This peace isn't the absence of problems, but the presence of a supernatural stability, even amid storms. You'll notice a fundamental difference. While others frantically chase opportunities, opportunities will come to you. While others desperately try to build strategic connections, the right people will be divinely directed to cross your path. This is the mark of success that comes from a celestial decree. Clarity of direction is another distinctive sign of this success. You won't need to live in the anguish of impossible decisions, in the torture of uncertain choices. The celestial decree brings with it an internal compass, a clear guidance that illuminates the path before you, making obvious the next step to be taken. This success is also distinguished by the absence of the constant fear of losing what you've achieved. When success comes from the world, it brings with it the permanent terror of loss, the anxiety that everything can disappear in the blink of an eye. But success decreed by heaven brings security. the certainty that what has been given will not be taken away. Observe how your mind will begin to experience an unknown tranquility. Even when important projects are underway, even when big decisions need to be made, you'll feel an inner serenity that defies logic. It's the supernatural peace that accompanies the celestial decree over your life. Your relationships will also be transformed by this different success. Instead of the fierce competition, distrust, and tension that often mark the path of worldly success, you'll experience genuine connections, fruitful collaboration, and a community that genuinely celebrates your achievements. Financial abundance will come. Yes, the celestial decree includes material prosperity, but it will come without the corrosive greed, without the destructive obsession, without the inner emptiness that so often accompanies money conquered at the cost of peace. It will be a prosperity that blesses, that flows, that multiplies. Perhaps most importantly is the peace with yourself. Worldly success frequently leaves us with the feeling that we're never enough, never did enough, never reached where we should be. But the success that comes from the celestial decree brings the peace of knowing that you are exactly where you should be, fulfilling exactly the purpose for which you were created. As you advance on this path of success with peace, you'll become a beacon for others, not just for your achievements, but for the serene way in which you achieve them. People exhausted from the frantic race for success will be attracted to the peace that emanates from your life, curious to discover the secret of such a different journey. Declare today over your life, my success comes with peace. The celestial decree over my life brings achievements without weight, victories without anxiety, abundance without torment. This declaration, aligned with spiritual truth, will create an internal environment conducive to receiving the kind of success that truly satisfies, success that comes with peace. Chosen one, it's time to understand the more expansive dimension of the celestial decree over your life. You weren't chosen just to succeed within known limits. You were chosen to break limits, to redefine what's possible, to go beyond what anyone has ever imagined for you. The limits that have contained your life, be they financial, relational, professional, or spiritual, are about to be shattered by the power of the divine decree. Where there were walls, portals will emerge. Where there were ceilings, the sky will open. Where there were boundaries, infinite horizons will reveal themselves. This breaking of limits isn't just for your personal satisfaction. You were chosen to establish new levels that will inspire others, to open paths that many will follow after you. The celestial decree over your life has implications that go far beyond your own experience. Prepare to be surprised by the supernatural expansion in areas where you have experienced persistent blockages. Perhaps it's that financial area that never seemed to advance, that talent that remained underdeveloped, that dream that seemed too big to become reality. The celestial decree is breaking down these blockages now. The expansion will come in waves, each one taking you further than the previous one. What once seemed like the maximum limit will become just the starting point for the next phase. This is the nature of the divine decree. It doesn't just break limits once, but establishes a continuous state of expansion in your life. You'll begin to think in dimensions that previously seemed inaccessible. Ideas that would have scared you with their magnitude now will seem natural, achievable, even inevitable. Your mind is being expanded to accommodate the greatness of the purpose for which you were chosen. People around you will notice the change. Some will be uncomfortable with your new breadth of vision, with your refusal to accept conventional limitations. Others will be inspired, drawn to the hope that perhaps they too can transcend the limits that have restricted their lives. But understand, this breaking of limits doesn't come through exhaustive personal effort, isn't the fruit of a purely human determination to overcome barriers. It comes as a natural result of the celestial decree operating in your life. It's an expansion that flows from inside out, empowered by a divine source. You'll experience moments when you'll be surprised by your own courage, by bold decisions that you won't even recognize as your own. It's the celestial decree manifesting through your choices, elevating you beyond the limits of fear, insecurity, and self-limitation that marked your past. The resources necessary for this expansion will appear in unexpected ways. Don't worry about the how. Adil, the same decree that orders the breaking of limits, also provides everything necessary to sustain the new amplitude of your life. Where the decree sends, the resources will follow. Begin to speak about your life, not in terms of what has been possible until now, but in terms of what the celestial decree is making possible. Your words have creative power, especially when aligned with the divine decree. Declare the expansion, proclaim the breaking of limits, announce the new dimension of your existence. From today, adopt this mantra: I was chosen to break limits. The celestial decree over my life is taking me beyond all known boundaries. This declaration, made with faith and authority, accelerates the visible manifestation of the expansion that has already been decreed in the spiritual world. Chosen one, we've reached the culminating point of this revelation. From now on, you need to walk as one who has already won. Not as someone who is struggling to win, not as someone who hopes to win someday, but as someone who already has victory guaranteed by a celestial decree. This change in posture isn't pretension or self-deception. It's alignment with a spiritual reality that precedes physical manifestation. In the realm of the spirit, your victory has already been declared. Your success has already been established. Your transformation has already been completed. Now, your visible reality is just adjusting to this truth. When you walk as one who has already won, your attitude changes completely. You leave behind the desperate anxiety of someone who doesn't know if they'll succeed and assume the quiet confidence of someone who knows the outcome is already guaranteed. This internal change creates a field of energy around you that attracts external manifestations aligned with the decree. Observe how your language needs to change. No more words of doubt, no more expressions of uncertainty, no more conditional phrases about your future. Now you speak with the certainty of someone who recognizes the celestial decree as the most solid, most reliable, most definitive reality about your life. Your vision also transforms when you walk as one who has already won. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers that can stop you, you see them as opportunities to demonstrate the power of the celestial decree. What once seemed threatening now seems almost irrelevant before the magnitude of the already guaranteed victory. Your spirit strengthens in this process. The internal battle between faith and doubt begins to dissipate, giving way to an unwavering confidence in the divine decree. This isn't a state you need to strive to maintain. It's a profound transformation that flows naturally when you recognize the reality of the celestial decree. People will notice the difference in you. Without you needing to say a word, they'll feel the presence of someone who walks under a divine decree. Some will be attracted to this supernatural confidence. Others will feel discomfort before it, but no one will remain indifferent. Situations that once intimidated you now seem like opportunities to demonstrate the reality of the decree. Important meetings, difficult conversations, crucial decisions. All of this takes on a new dimension when you enter these moments as someone who already knows the final outcome, someone who already walks in the decreed victory. This posture of guaranteed victory affects even your physical health. The body responds to the spirit. When your spirit is anchored in the certainty of the celestial decree, your body aligns with this reality. You'll notice more energy, more mental clarity, a vitality that flows from the inner peace that comes from knowing you've already won. Don't expect everything to change instantly in the visible world. Walking as one who has already won doesn't mean denying the processes, the times of development. the seasons of growth. It means facing each of these stages with the confidence of someone who already knows the final destination. When voices arise, external or internal, questioning your right to walk in this confidence, respond with this powerful declaration: I was decreed to win. Heaven has already decided, and I'm just aligning myself with what has already been established. This affirmation silences doubts and reinforces your connection with the celestial decree. From today, every step you take is the step of a winner. Not because you've conquered everything through your own efforts, but because you recognize and accept the divine decree over your life. You walk as one who has already won because, in the deepest and truest reality, you have already won. The celestial decree that guarantees your success is already in motion. The gears of the universe are adjusting to align your visible reality with what has already been established in the spiritual realm. You'll see, in the coming days and weeks, unmistakable signs that something supernatural is happening in your life. Remember, you were chosen not by chance, not by luck, but for a divine purpose. Heaven saw in you a potential that perhaps even you haven't recognized yet. This potential will now be released by the power of the celestial decree, flowing through you to impact the world around you. Carry with you the truths that were revealed today. Heaven has already signed your victory. When God decrees, the world obeys. Nothing and no one can prevent what is guaranteed for you. Success comes with peace. You were chosen to break limits, and now you walk as one who has already won. Declare these truths daily. Don't allow the old limitations to re-establish themselves in your mind. Keep your spirit aligned with the celestial decree, and you'll see increasingly powerful manifestations in your daily life. If this message touched your heart, if you felt the inner confirmation that this is for you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll continue to explore the unlimited dimensions of the celestial decree over your life. Chosen one, you're just at the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The celestial decree has guaranteed your success, and nothing can prevent what God has determined for you. Go forward with confidence, walk as one who has already won, and prepare yourself to witness daily miracles in your life.